Hello, everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to part two because the story is too long that we cannot shorten everything. We cannot just put everything in one video to be so long that even you will tire. Me self go tire. I decided to do them part and part. This is part two, and this is Wike versus Dele Momodu. Wike say he get coconut head. He want to carry all people. I think the guy literally thinks that he's still in River State where he was done. He can do anybody anyhow. They won't say anything. This place in Abuja. Hey, everybody be on VIP. Everybody in a VIP be for inside the own house. Anyway, on this one, so if you've not watched part one, go and watch part one. You're going to see that part one is on Wike and Amechi and the whole drama going on about Amechi's wife and all of that. This part two is going to be about Wike and Dele Momodu. So a few days ago, Wike did an interview, and then of course he brought in Dele Momodu. Why? There was no reason anyway. But anyway, you know this whole issue of the coalition. The coalition is Zememe Wike. He put madness for him, but the guy just run kitty. You know, if you drink water drop because since they announced coalition. So he took on Dele Momodu in a very such disrespectful manner. And for me, one thing that is very, very critical is the fact that on that Dele Momodu issue, you see those journalists that were there. Wallahi, NUJ needs to find them. Especially the one that was providing that name, that was providing the Dele Momodu name. That one, the own fine go double. The other ones that sat down there and heard how their senior colleague was ridiculed by someone, they need to find those people all the time. Or maybe Wike thinks that Abuja is made up of the journalists that he usually will come and whatever big they call them. Any small tapiakam, he don't call them pakasida for table with them. Fine, you are communicating. If he was even using them to communicate to people rather than use the avenue to insult people, do all sorts of things, that would even be a different thing. But anyway, that's not it. Those ones, they should also find them. Before you begin to say, why is Aisha saying that people should be fined or order? Just take a look.
I was here, and sometimes you don't really need to call their names. This boy comes out towards them. He says the journalist was his name. It's big. He said,
Dele Momodu.
Okay. I don't really remember all these names.
He was your friend.
He had never been my friend.
Really?
There are things I won't tell you. This is somebody who said he ran for president. Not, you didn't get one vote. So that is the coalition that you tell me when you see him there.
Yeah.
I mean, would have people who appear on television, on is it sunrise? What do you call sunrise? What do you call it? That's sunrise. What do you call it? Or is it kakaki or what?
No.
They appear
Body
and
show.
you give them. What do you have to show?
Body show. Honorable.
You see, Amber, even you yourself, don't you think that they should be fined? Honestly, plus including you yourself, let me use the full Nigerian English so you know that I've entered the Nigerian mode of tautology. Don't you think that they should be fined? Come on. I mean, that was the moment to even raise something. Sometimes, and this is the thing, sometimes the way Nigerian journalists take on either politicians, elected officials and all of that, appointed officials or government officials or just officials, public servants, the way they take them on and the way they are ready to not give them leniency for them to behave anyhow, even when they are behaving in very disrespectful manner, it amazes me. But when opposition or advocates or ordinary citizens will come and sit on the table, that's when our Nigerian journalists know that they can ask questions. They will begin to form this thing for you, form that thing for you, form this, form that, form those things for you. But when it comes to holding the people that should be held accountable, nothing. Nothing. You will not see anything whatsoever from them. That's when they be laughing. How are you going to say this? But anyway, Dele Momodu say, hold my tea, hold my coffee, hold that thing there, hotter there. So what will happen? You are who be mate? Who be your mate here? Who they laugh with you? You think say we be a play? And he had his own reply because he actually asked Channel for a right to reply that they cannot mention his name anyhow like that, and he gets away with it. So me, I've been enjoying. Me, I don't be a fight to. I shall a fight to. Now people just they give us reasons for us to do a lot of amebo of Vancouver. So just listen to Dele Momodu.
Mr. Yesom Wike, at what point did you fall out with him? What went wrong? Because you explained your history, which is part of your...
Mr. Yesom Wike benefited immensely from my talents and from the pedigree of the Ovation Media Group. We touched him up. You know, they say sometimes you can take a man out of the bush, but you cannot take the bush out of the man. We worked on Wike and he was happy. Every morning, when I'm in Port Harcourt, he will ask me to come to his house. We will make sure he dressed up very properly. We make sure that even we did a bit of speech therapy, telling him how to speak to people. But he had one major problem. That major problem was too much alcohol, which when he takes it, and he takes it as early as possible in the morning. I've never tasted gin and tonic in my life. He introduced me to it, that it's a very good drink and everything. I'm surprised he wasn't talking about all those drinks. He was talking about only food. So what then happened was that at some stage, I realized that he had presidential ambition. And I also had presidential ambition. Wike cannot take competition with anybody. So I now wrote a letter to him that my biggest asset is my access to the high and mighty and also the ordinary citizens of Nigeria. Everywhere I go, I meet them. And I told him that in the north of Nigeria, you know something, Wike has a pathological hatred for the northerners because of whatever, I don't know. So I told him, I said, it's going to be difficult for him to get the ticket of the PDP. And I wanted to announce to him that in case he decides not to run, he should support me. From that moment, he got angry. But what I said came true. A former president of Nigeria sent someone to me, someone very, very top, that they should tell me not to waste my money on the PDP primary, that Wike had raised the stakes to $30,000 per delegate, 30,000 times 774 delegates. Of course, if you were to sell my family from first generation to the last generation, there was no way I was going to come up with that. And even if I could come up with that, I will never waste it. So you could hear Wike saying on your program, just before the primaries, on your program, when you asked him, so what do you think about the new entrants like Dele Momodu, and he just wait, who is Dele Momodu? That was where our trouble started. What I expected of him was that if you're not going to support a man, if you are going to run a fair race, and then let's leave it there. I wrote a letter and I copied the former Attorney General. Yes.
Anyway, Sha, you've listened to Dele Momodu. Vancouver. So what do you think? Do you think this fight is going to end here? Do you think it's going to continue? Do you think there's going to be one thing or the other that will lead to something or the other that will be the other? But anyway, Sha, here it is. You've heard it though. It's not in my mouth. I don't want to analyze anything. Later I will do if I want to analyze, but dear Nigerians, the only thing I'm going to say to you and every one of us, and this is me being very serious, there are times to joke and there are times that we really have to be serious, especially if we want this country to work for us, is that we need to do politics. We need to be in politics. This whole issue of leaving politics to people who ordinarily, even the leadership of their houses should not be given to them for them to govern us and treat us anyhow. It needs to stop. Otherwise, we're going to be here, we're going to be lamenting, we're going to be crying, we're going to be praying, and nothing nothing is going to be different. For God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. I know I say that all the time and too much, and I probably am repeating myself too much. But there are certain things that we have to keep repeating until every one of us understand indeed the implication of all those things. So please, 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 I'm saying to every one of us, politics is not where we sit down. Now we have something on ground. Let's all come together and work towards it. Stop saying you're not going to get a perfect ground, a perfect whatever. Ensure wherever you get into that you will be the one to force the change that will now lead to a better Nigeria for every one of us. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.